and sports editors Connor Letourneau and Josh Vitale. We're here to recap this weekend's 36-27 win over Temple in Philadelphia. So, do you guys think the Terps were underestimated or that Temple just didn't play well? Connor?
I think it's a combination. I don't think anyone expected Maryland to come out and play the way they did. So, in a sense, they were underestimated. But at the same time, Temple also wasn't the quality of opponent that I think people anticipated. Their running game just couldn't get started. Matt Brown was really kind of struggling. And so I definitely think it's a combination.
Josh?
I agree. It was a combination between the two things. Temple had their great performance against Villanova in week one, but Villanova is not the opponent that the Terps are, even in the Terps level. So I think it was a mixture of both. I think Temple surprised how bad they played, and the Terps surprised how good they played.
Connor, who impressed you the most on Saturday?
I'd have to say Perry Hills, and especially the way he was able to come back from that 3-pick performance in the season opener against William & Mary. He really didn't look like a true freshman out there on Saturday. He seemed to really have a command of the offense. He seemed really calm, cool, and composed, and he didn't really make a lot of mistakes. He seemed to make the right decisions, and I was really particularly impressed with his passing ability. He had a couple of big plays to Marcus Leak and Stephon Diggs, and one play that really stood out to me in particular was in the second quarter when he botched that snap, picked it up off the field, and ran in 11 yards for a touchdown. Thought that showed a lot of composure.
Josh?
I think the most impressive player was another true freshman, wide receiver Stephon Diggs. He had 17 rush yards, 59 receiving yards. Every time he touched the ball, he seemed to make a big play. On the Terps' game-winning touchdown drive, he caught a 38-yard pass from Perry Hills on a third down to set up their winning touchdown. So I think Stephon Diggs really impressed me today.
Connor, what would you say was the biggest surprise of the game?
I'd have to say their first half performance. They looked nothing like they looked in the season opener against William & Mary. They had almost as many first downs in that first half as they did against William & Mary. And the offense was just completely different. I mean, they had 26 points compared to 7 in the whole season opener. So I'd definitely have to say that first half performance.
Okay. Josh?
I think what impressed me the most was the play of the Terps defense. Temple rushed for 301 yards in their season-opening win versus Villanova, but the Terps defense held them to just 52 yards on the ground. It was a really impressive performance and something that I think was key to the game.
And Connor, what grade would you give the Terps?
I'd have to give them an A-, just based off my expectations entering the game. I didn't expect them to get more than 10 or 14 points. I didn't think their offense could handle it, but they went out and they got 36 points, which was very impressive. Obviously, they did struggle a little bit in that second half, giving up a bit of a comeback. But overall, I have to say A-.
Josh?
I think it has to be an A. I mean, no matter what you chalk it down to, the Terps weren't supposed to win this game. There's a game that Temple was favored to win by 10.5 points, and the Terps won. So they have things to work on. They have things they can improve upon, but they won the game, so it's got to be an A for me.
Thanks for joining us. Come back and join us Friday as we preview this weekend's game against Randy Etzel's former UConn team.